Hey everybody, it's Greg and Stacy with Kzoo Keto, and in this video we are going to talk about our upcoming carnivore plans. So if you are new to the channel or you haven't been following us long, you can check out over his shoulder. This link takes you back to the beginning of our keto journey, which we've been on for, at this time, almost 19 months.
Which is like 500 plus days, right?
Yes, well over 550 days. We both started together. He started before me. We started together January 1st, 2019.
I've lost 147 pounds and you've lost
92.
92.
So almost 250 together.
Yeah.
If you are a regular follower, then you know that we have been planning to do carnivore for 7 days. It's a self-imposed carnivore challenge. And we are starting that on August 1st, going through August 7th. And many of you expressed an interest in joining us on this challenge, which is awesome. So this video is going to be basically explaining how we're going to do it and let you know what we're planning to eat during that time.
Carnivore is a little unique. So you're the one that sort of initiated this.
Yes.
So why is it that we are doing carnivore?
Carnivore is something I've been wanting to try for quite some time, actually. Thinking back now, we've listened to the Keto for Normies podcast by Keto Connect, and they had Dr. Sean Baker on there, and Amber Heard, I think her name is. She's another doctor, and they have both been carnivore for years, and it fascinated me that someone can go without the things that I kind of really need. So I've been too scared to do it. But again, if you've been following us for a while, I've been in a stall for 4 months-ish.
Yeah.
Something like that. Kind of bouncing around the same 6 to 8 pounds, basically.
You hit Wonderland.
I hit Wonderland for like
gained a couple
4 days.
pounds and then kind of fluctuated right around the 200s, right?
Yeah. So I wasn't ready to give up my lilies. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try and break this stall. It's my own fault because I've been snacking on nuts, which I know stall me. I've been
We just ordered new ones, by the way. They showed up yesterday.
I have not been tracking my carbs at all. Kind of in my head, but not really. Just because it's the COVID and it's like the mental, just trying to get through the day and stay mentally in a good place. So I decided, kind of done with the stall. You've had a little kind of, yours has slowed down a lot too lately, your weight loss.
Well, I've lost 145 pounds, 147 now. So, I mean,
You've kind of been in the same 10 pounds for the last few months too.
I'm in the low 220s now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, the last 20 pounds have probably been the longest that I've gone without losing, like, consistent weight. But
it's a good time for both of us to kind of jumpstart, and I need to kick myself in the butt.
In addition to just kind of talking through carnivore stuff and kind of showing, we're also going to include a meal plan. Stacy's worked up a meal plan for carnivore with some strange stuff. Like there's a carnivore dessert in there. So if you're not familiar with some of this stuff, it could be interesting to see. Since they can't have any sweeteners, so you can't really have dessert. Is that like?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll be trying it. I'm not making it prior to try it. I'm gonna make it then, and we're gonna see how we're gonna have real-time reactions in the video that we put together later. Right.
So you guys are more than welcome to copy our meal plan and let us know what you'd like to. That'd be awesome. But that's kind of what our plan is. How many times are we having steaks? Because I think that's kind of surprised that she hasn't like grilled it up. Because
I actually don't have like a straight-up steak.
Okay.
I wanted to have recipes that we were trying mostly for the first time. Like the old standbys that we usually do, I just have hot dogs and hamburgers.
Right. But we could replace that with a steak instead, because that sounds way better to me.
I mean, we could.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of people, like some people like do carnivore, like they just eat a steak every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people that have done that.
Yeah, that's one of the
we can't afford that, but
Dr. Baker was like, his choice every day is, do I do steak or do I do a hamburger?
Right. I mean,
And
I could probably be fine with that. Like
I remember he said he eats like 4 pounds of meat in a day, and I'm like, holy crap.
The thing is he never has to go to the bathroom, right? Because it's not all used.
Right.
Like and just eating, like, so we occasionally dabble, and we have the Lily's, which has a fair amount of fiber, and then of course we eat that bread now occasionally with, it's from Aldi or.
Well, you eat it occasionally. I eat it.
Okay, that's true.
Pretty much daily for lunch.
Yeah. So I eat Chompies occasionally, like usually twice a week, and if I don't poop like every couple of days, like I get a little concerned. The constipation bear is coming after me.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how bathroom habits are
Yeah.
during this. I mean, we can probably we'll go ahead and throw that in everyday video too.
We won't show you the results.
No,
Please.
that'd be gross.
I don't want to have to film that.
No, that'd be gross.
So.
But we will definitely let you know when we go.
So primarily, the reason the carnivore is supposed to work is because you're trying to keep your carb count like really low.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so like probably like less than 5. But anyway, so there's 3 main types of carnivore.
Yes,
right?
there are 3 different types, 3 different classifications of carnivore. You've got your strict carnivore, your everyday carnivore, and your weekday carnivore. Strict carnivore is strictly just animal flesh.
No eggs.
Salt.
No dairy.
Water.
That's it.
That's it. And that's what it sounds like. Dr. Hurd, I think that's her name. I'm sorry if it's not. Not that she's ever going to watch this, but and Dr. Baker, I'm pretty sure that's how they do it. We're going to do more the everyday carnivore, which is like the animal flesh, the eggs, the dairy. It's all animal products. The other type, the weekday, is where you're, carnivore throughout the week, and then on the weekends, if you're at like a social event, just so you can blend in a little more, you'll have vegetables.
Sorry, Jim. Just give me the deer. I'll chew on the leg. You can keep your cheese plate, you can keep your egg plate, and you can certainly keep that veggie plate.
So yeah, we're gonna do the everyday carnivore. I am making one small exception on that because my Zip Fizz is really what kind of gets me through every single day.
The caffeine. B12.
Yeah, it's that natural energy boost to the B12. It does have some caffeine added to it.
How many days has it been since you've had Zip Fizz?
Every single day since keto started.
Is there any chance in your mind that it's a possibility that might be helpful?
Well, not every single. I've gone a few days here and there without it, and I know when I do it, I don't know. It's like my coffee, but I have it in the middle of the day.
I've been drinking decaf coffee, so it's not the same.
Well, and you're making a little bit of a change too, because technically,
I'll give up coffee if you give up Zip Fizz.
not happening.
Okay.
Technically, carnivore, you're not supposed to drink coffee because coffee comes from the bean, which is a plant, which is not animal matter. So coffee, Zip Fizz.
Okay.
And with that, you do want to make sure you're not like going nuts on the dairy stuff. Nuts. No nuts either. Plant matter. Don't go nuts on the dairy stuff. We do have a few recipes that we're going to use that does use some dairy. If you've followed us for a while, you know I love my cheese. You know I usually snack on cheese. I'm not going to be snacking on cheese. I'm only going to have cheese if it is actually in the meal.
Okay, so let me recap. So we can have eggs because we're doing the everydays. We can have eggs, we can have dairy in small quantities.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that,
you can have some like limited spices and seasonings too. I mean, I understand that those are plant also, but who wants to eat unseasoned food all the time?
my mother.
Me.
My mother does.
Not me. So you're gonna have.
You probably did before you realized the seasonings were good.
Not always. Sometimes. But you're gonna have
chicken.
like, you know, in your serving size on the seasoning bottles, they usually say less than 1 carb or no carb, which is really like half a carb or whatever the serving is. So just keep that in mind too. With the keto carnivore, because you can, if you do carnivore, you can do carnivore and not be keto. That's where you can drink milk, because there's, you know,
I suppose.
sugar in milk, and we don't do that on keto. But you're not tracking anything.
Yeah.
So you're not tracking your calories, you're not tracking your carbs, you're not tracking your protein, none of that stuff. It is recommended to eat fattier pieces of meat. I'm a chicken person and a white meat chicken person at that, so one thing that I would like to work in before the end of the year is maybe starting to get used to that dark meat chicken a little better, because to eat it straight up, I can't do it right now. It tastes weird. It's got like this texture and this taste that
Interesting.
I don't dig it.
I'm
But I
blown
wanna
away
try.
by that. You did not share that with me before starting this video.
I want to try.
I think part of that is because of the fact your turkey bacon is made out of chicken thighs. Or
Yeah, I don't know
turkey
what that
thighs.
I wonder if they make chicken bacon.
I mean, it's the same stuff, just smaller pieces.
I will be consuming a lot of turkey bacon over that week. The other thing with the keto carnivore, besides not counting anything, is eat when you're hungry. Stop eating when you're full.
Does it mean you can't snack?
I am planning to try to do the every other day intermittent fasting during this time because I kind of want to get back to that because I've not been doing it in I don't even know how long.
And that's what broke my stall. Like I was kind of like not really fasting much, and then I started making an effort to do it.
You
and
did,
then
yeah.
I dropped like 6 pounds, like pretty fast.
Yeah, so I think the every other day intermittent fasting, what I usually do with that is a 16-8 ratio, so it's an 8-hour eating window. We are planning on, for any snacks that we might do or in between, like when I'm doing the intermittent fasting, like something during my eating window, or in addition to whatever it is that I'm having for dinner or lunch, we might do some beef sticks, we might do some biltong, deviled eggs, not deviled eggs,
Hard-boiled eggs.
hard-boiled eggs, those types of eggs. For the meat sticks, what we usually get is chomps, Nick's sticks, and think jerky. All of those can be found on Amazon. You can also find some of them in your local stores. The chomps, if you have a Meijer, you can find those at Meijer. The Nick's sticks, if you have a Fresh Time, that's the only place we've been able to find them in store. Otherwise, you can get all three on Amazon. And we'll have links for that down below.
Stacy doesn't eat them either, but Duke's is also a good one too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Dukes. And then I've actually found biltong at Aldi before.
Yeah.
But usually that's kind of like a Walmart, Meijer, Amazon.
So I'm gonna keep doing my 18-6 intermittent fasting every other day.
Yeah, and I'll be doing the 16 and 8.
Every day, all right.
Probably not every day, probably every other day.
Okay.
I don't know if I can jump right into every day
Wow.
after not
I mean,
doing it for so long.
theoretically, you can do it if you're not hungry, right? So, like,
Well, yeah.
you should be hungry the longer you go.
Yeah, it kind of goes along with the whole eat when you're hungry, eat until you're full.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? Maybe there'll be a day in there where we had stuff planned and we weren't hungry, so we only
I
eat
do that
one meal.
occasionally. Yeah, I do that occasionally.
Getting to the meals, I have 3 breakfast options, I have 4 lunch options, and 7 dinner options. So we're gonna possibly try keto carnivore pancakes,
Okay.
which are just 2 ingredients. We're gonna try an egg loaf, which surprisingly, as long as we've been on keto, I've never made. Egg loaf is really good for egg fast recipe, and we didn't do it when we had our egg fast. We're gonna make some egg cups. The recipe I found online uses ham, but I'm not a ham person, so I'm thinking I can use like deli meat that's like turkey and get the same result. So for the lunches, I did find 3 different kinds of carnivore breads. We've got one that uses dehydrated chicken ground up into a flour, one that uses pork rinds as a flour, and then one that sounds a lot like clog bread. Not sure, I don't think we're gonna make all 3, but I do want to make at least one because then I feel like I can use that for sandwiches during the week. And I'm really leaning toward the one with the chicken
For sure.
because it's different and it sounds interesting.
Okay.
And then I did find a recipe for carnivore tuna chaffles. I know you're not a huge fan of tuna, and
Tuna doesn't bother me.
I'm not really, but it kind of sounded good. And I think you can make basically any kind of chaffle because it's cheese and egg, and then put meat in it. So if you put in sausage, if you put in meat, ground beef if you
Tuna's
put
meat,
in
you know.
chicken. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Meat and fish. Hot dogs with a truffle bowl for the bun. So the truffle bowls are meat and eggs. Cheese and eggs.
Yes.
For the dinner recipes, I've got a Keto Carnivore hamburger mac and cheese. And I found a 0 carb cheesy bread that we could make to go with that. We have a carnivore pizza, which is also known as a pizza. We have made those in the past.
Yep, pretty good.
Instant pot steak soup. So I do have steak in there, but it's a soup.
Okay.
With 0 carb carnivore biscuits.
Okay.
If you would prefer to turn that into just steaks on the grill, I mean, whatever.
I feel like we're missing the opportunity if we're not just going to have steaks at the grill, but that's super easy.
Keto taco pie, which we've
Had
kind
that
of
before.
made in the past too.
Yep.
Then we've got keto steak nuggets, so I have 2 steak options. Keto steak nuggets with the 0 carb cheesy bread again if we want to.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll do a pressure cooker pork tenderloin, or we can do it, you can do it on the grill, because
Pork tenderloin on the grill sounds like a good way.
you do that up really well. Maybe we can like wrap it in bacon.
Good.
Wrap the pork in pork. And
Pork,
then one night I figured we could do our old standby of hamburgers, and I have a cheese bun recipe that I would like to try.
Sounds good. Should try it tonight.
I'm not trying any of this stuff before that. True reactions. So then, the very last thing, which is the very weirdest one, is the 0 carb carnivore angel food cake.
Weird.
I don't know. We're
Man.
gonna try it.
Angels are made of meat, I guess it works.
We're gonna try it.
Alright.
I created a board on our Pinterest with these recipes other than the hamburgers, because
Yeah.
we just, you know, if you're not me, you know how to make hamburgers.
You can make hamburger.
So check out that Pinterest board. It's carnivore ideas. And I have a lot more recipes saved on there too if there's other things that you're looking for. For those of you that did say that you were going to do the carnivore challenge with us, I can't remember how many there were, like 6, 7, 8, I don't know, more than I thought, which is awesome. I'm interested, well, we're both interested in finding out what you plan to make during the carnivore challenge for yourself, because maybe we might change our minds and take one of your recipes.
Definitely sounds better than carnivore angel food cake.
We're gonna try it.
Ugh.
So anyway, our intent for that video is we're going to start out the video obviously with day 1. We're going to end with day 7. We're going to do every day, we're going to show you what we're eating. We'll report on our poops, and then at the beginning of the video we'll have our weight. Well, in the end of the video we'll have our weight. If you follow our social media, we'll post the meals that we're actually having on the social media each day.
Sounds like a plan.
So that video will be coming out in a couple of weeks, sometime after August 7th.
She maths well sometimes. Alright, well it's time for me to cook dinner tonight, guys. Turkey burgers, we're getting a head start. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Make sure you turn the bell on for notifications when we put out new videos. And until next time,
Stay keto.
and we'll see you in the next video.
Everybody, it's ow.
Continue. He says hurry up. It says now.
Simon,
He's yelling
stop
at.
barking at the tree. I'm really interested to find out what your plans are and how you plan, you know, what your meal